Dun, 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 dun. I haven't looked at this movie too extensively, but I like one thing off the bat. Sometimes it doesn't always have to be an out with the old and in with the new. Sometimes you can have a good mixture. And I see that with this movie. Mistletoe and menorahs. Some older traditions, right? Some long-lasting traditions of the Christmas season told in a new way with a nice mixture of Christmas sweatshirts, if I might add. I don't know. I like the blue one. I was going to say, like, you know, all those Christmas, the ugly sweaters. I'm like, those aren't too ugly. I like the... I'm not a big fan of the Christmas tree one, but I like the dreidel one. But it's a nice little mixture, kind of mixed with the imagery of the poster and the title of this movie, which, according to IMDb, I would say it's what I recited the title to be, but IMDb titles this movie differently, A Merry Holiday. I don't know if... That seems a bit traditional for me. I like the Mistletoe Menorahs one. Sounds fresh. Not like any other Christmas movie that I'm familiar with, at least at first glance. But... it's another Christmas movie from Marvista. We've had a whole bunch of these. The last time we looked at Christmas Crush, or A Christmas Crush. Again, that was another one that IMDb... I'm seeing a lot of movies that IMDb is retitling or changing. I'm like, I don't know if I would change the titles in all these movies, because some of the ones, at least, that Marvista proposes are actually kind of good. Although sometimes it's been with, like, IMDb... I'm specifically thinking, because I've been editing a lot of videos very recently for more Marvista stuff I've covered in the past, and since I'm so behind, right, I'm trying to catch up, and I've just been looking at, like, a lot of Marvista this week. I feel like I've had nothing but Marvista. But it's been quite the journey. But anyways, as I was saying, I've looked at a lot of the titles for, like, different thrillers that they published a couple months back, like for Psycho Granny and... Deadly Assistant. I mean, Deadly Assistant had a really... I was like, Deadly Assistant, again, that sounds a bit traditional, but I could see how, like, oh, you know, people would easily picture that one over, like, Poisonous Protege. But I'm like, that's actually kind of really creative. I like that title. So, again, I see this all the time with this studio changing titles, or someone changing, at least on the IMDb page, and it's like, I like the other one. It's usually a vice versa situation from, I don't like the changes they made, or sometimes I do. But... in this case, I don't. I don't think A Merry Holiday would be the best title to suit this project. I think Mistletoe and Menorahs sounds much more enticing. But let's take a look beyond that. So, that's just my little pet peeve with the title thing. Again, I haven't really noticed that for too long, but just recently in editing all those past videos, I'm like, I'm starting to notice this too. Just like, you know, Marvista banks on certain trends with their trailers that I mentioned before in many, many different videos at this point. Seems we have another trend brewing, or not really a trend, but I'd say more of a mainstay. Not sure it's the most favorable, because I like some of the other titles. But I should mention up front, I don't recognize anybody in this project. Again, as I've said before in the past, since these are mostly TV projects of the studio is publishing, I'm not as familiar with TV actors from... not in every single... I mean, I do watch a lot of television, so I'm familiar with a huge bunch of them, but not enough from the ones that I see in Marvista projects. Sometimes you might see a face in one or two of them, but in this case, not too often with the studio. But I'm always game to learn new faces, and I'm always game to watch a new Christmas movie. I do love these things. I think we all do around the Christmas time, right? Or Christmas season, right? So, let's take a look at A Merry Holiday. This is a new drama... Mistletoe Menorahs. See how confusing this gets? Okay, it's a new drama romance that's going to debut on December 7th, so pretty early into the Christmas season. And this is what it says we can expect with this project according to IMDb. This is their premise for it. When a toy company executive must learn about Hanukkah to land a big account, she enlists the help of her coworker's friend, who also happens to be in the need of turning his pad into a Christmas Wonderland to impress his girlfriend's father. So kind of like, you know... different counterparts learning from each other. I like that, and I sense a bit of a relationship brewing. Maybe it's just the poster, but it's like, you know, girl meets guy over the Christmas season. Ooh, you know, there's bound to... I was going to say fireworks, but that's the wrong holiday. There's bound to be some blinking light bulbs. Would that work? But anyways, okay. Mistletoe Menorahs. I really like that title. Let's take a look at the trailer. So as always, we're going to watch this first, and we'll talk about it more in my condensed review segment while watching the video together. Okay, here we go.
David Berger isn't gonna know what hit him.
I'm getting kind of excited.
I hear there's an opening in design if you land the All for Toys account. So just get this guy on the hook and you're a shoo-in.
Just so happens I throw a small annual holiday party. Why don't you come?
I would love to.
Brush up on your traditions. We expect everyone to participate.
Christmas holiday where you have to do your homework.
I need to study up.
That's not something you hear all the
Christmas
time.
boss. But can you light the menorah? What's that now? David didn't invite you to his Christmas party. He invited you to his Hanukkah party. What am I going to do?
She's like, I didn't prepare for this one.
He's smart, knowledgeable, handsome. Samantha, what is your point? And Jewish. Jonathan here is an amazing teacher. Your new girlfriend's family is flying in for Christmas. How much do you know about Christmas?
Nothing. Let's get you a menorah.
See, perfect blend.
That's like a candle holder, right?
We really have a lot of work ahead of us.
Jewish traditions go back 6,000 years.
Tomorrow, we switch gears and focus on my favorite thing in the world.
Christmas.
We need more green, more red, more tinsel. Doesn't match those pretty eyes. The tree, the food, the gifts, it's all great, but what makes it truly special is just being with the people you love.
Another thing Christmas and Hanukkah have in common.
What's wrong?
We don't have to finish the tree. Heather thinks it's too soon for me to meet her dad.
You broke up? Why don't you come with me tonight?
To the party? Do you need me to?
I want you to.
Of
That
all the
didn't be a
years
twist
I've
in the
been
plan.
Teaching the past few days.
Look, I thought this Christmas or Hanukkah was going to go one way.
Is that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Of course, she's like, ooh, maybe this will work out for me. That's right? That was fun. I mean, it's always fun to watch a Christmas movie where, like, oh, the lead characters fall in love, right? That's always entertaining. Maybe it's just because I'm single. Like, I don't know why, but it's like I shower my attention in these Christmas movies when, I could be. Not yet, but one day, though. It's like, I'll have my Christmas romance one day, but just not at the moment. So for me, it's like, I just surround myself and I throw my singlehood into these projects, right? It just constantly reminds you of, oh, you're single and you're constantly aware of it. But at the same time, you're like, well, I can at least look forward to the future that I could potentially have of all these different movies. And this was definitely something that I would say, maybe one day. No, maybe there's somebody out there, but I personally celebrate Christmas. And I know there's a lot of people that celebrate Hanukkah, which is certainly also a very nice holiday to celebrate. I mean, I do like the menorah. I think just seeing it around Christmas time, it's like, that's just so beautiful. And I love his sweatshirts. In this case, with the poster, or it's not sweatshirts. He's wearing just one sweatshirt with the dreidels on it. I'm like, I always had fun with that Christmas tune, the dreidel one. But it looked really good. I mean, it definitely, I like the comparative nature here. Like, oh, one person knows more about Christmas and one person knows more about Hanukkah. Let's see what the blends are between the two. And then, what can I learn from you and what can you learn from me? And then maybe through that, we find that we have a deep appreciation for not only Christmas or our respective holidays, but for each other. And then we fall in love with, like the mistletoe. That's very fitting placement there. It's like someone must have, I wonder if there's like another person in this type of environment who's like, I see what's happening here. I'm going to specifically set up the mistletoe so that they're in that area right there where they're discussing, what traits, each holiday that they celebrate shares and, what they find, they have in common. Like, there's mistletoe. I guess we should kiss now. I don't know if that's the case, but I really do like this movie. Again, it's very touching, very fitting for the Christmas nature, a Christmas romance movie. I love those. But again, I love the title for this one. It was a very entertaining trailer too, but I just love that title. Not The A Merry Holiday. Go with Mistletoe and Menorahs if there's still time. That title's much better. So, that's another Marvista Christmas movie. I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think about Mistletoe and Menorahs? And I would propose this question to you. Which title do you like better? Maybe there's some of you who like A Merry Holiday better. I'm like, I just keep thinking I hear it too often. I'm like, I don't know. Go with something a little less cliche. Mistletoe and Menorahs. It's a bit original. I like it. I think it says a lot about the movie right there. It's a very interesting, very provoking title that just makes you want to go look at, like, what is this movie about? So, again, as I said, whatever title's up to your liking, feel free to let me know what it would be in the comment section down below. Don't forget all that good stuff, like, subscribe, hitting that bell. And, of course, we do have more Marvista Christmas pictures to look at. So we'll definitely have more in the future to look at from this studio, which... So far, I've liked a lot of these Marvista Christmas productions. Not always their thrillers in terms of the marketing. Again, I've mentioned that several times previously. I have real issues with how they go about that they're still to this day not changing. Drives me crazy. But the Christmas movies so far, pretty entertaining. It's a very different situation, at least I would say so. So, whatever video or whatever Christmas trailer we get to watch next from Marvista, or whatever trailer we get to watch next from maybe another studio. Whatever the video happens to be that we get to watch together for the first time, I will see you guys at that point. But until then, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Don't forget to love yourselves, dear fellow man. God bless, and peace.